at Dave Field, Liberty Park Stadium for tonight's matchup between the Jefferson City Renegades and the Sedalia Bombers. Last time here in Sedalia, the Renegades were able to get a no-hit victory. Looking to repeat that, they were able to win the last meeting at home by 4 runs. So the lineups look like this. Leading off the center fielder, Cam Lee. Batting second, the DH, Maddox Meyer. Batting third, the right fielder, Ethan Milius. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Alex DiGiacinto. Batting fifth, the left fielder, A.J. Evans. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Braden Grossclose. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Connor Fleeg. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Jack Dunn. And batting ninth, the catcher, Nolan Laughlin. Jackson Fork on the mound for the Renegades. Now it's time for the home team on the scoreboard tonight. The Sedalia Bombers leading off the left fielder, Sam Russo. Batting second, the DH, Carter Rice. Batting third, the third baseman, Dalton Miller. Batting fourth, the shortstop, Connor Rice. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Jane Roberts. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Will Minch. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Nathan Huey. Batting eighth, the catcher, Kaden Paxton. And rounding the Bombers lineup off, the right fielder, Kate Edmondson. Gavin Caldwell on the mound for the Sedalia Bombers as they look to get back in the win column following to the Mustangs last time out. They had a little break. The only game going on in July 4th. And the Bombers look to kind of ruin how the Renegades have been hot as of late. A big victory over the Nevada Griffins. A 10-run run rule ended that game early. So we'll see who comes out victors here in Sedalia. Those lineups were brought to you by Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay, Independent Beauty Consultant. I apologize. I broke the flash drive recently, so we'll have no spots tonight, and I kind of forgot about it. And the transfers to a flash drive are not working right now, so the next time we get out here, we will have the spots ready to go. The first pitch tonight is a check swing. They'll appeal if he went, and the first base umpire will say he went around to begin the day for Cam Lee. Cam Lee playing center field today. He's been a utility guy. That pitch missing. It's 1-1. So Cam Lee, a .351 batting average, a .429 on base percentage. Has 4 extra base hits, 3 doubles, 1 home run. And now it's 1-2 after that foul ball. 13 hits on the year. Has scored 8 times with 9 RBIs. A threat on the base paths with 7 stolen bases on the year. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 misses away. Gavin Caldwell's first start for the Bombers this year. We'll see how he can do in the Bombers blue. The 2-2. Osby pitch gets past the catcher Paxton. And we're full at 3-2. Defensively, the Bombers looking like this. Nathan Huey on first base. Will Minch at second. Shortstop, we have Connor Rice. Third base, we have Dalton Miller. In left field, Sam Russo. In center field, Jane Roberts. And in right field, Kaden Edmondson. The full count delivery home will miss away. And Lee earns a walk to begin the ball game in the top of the first. So very competitive at bat to leadoff hitter Cam Lee. Started behind in the count. A couple pitches off the plate allow him to reach. Last time they met, he did get thrown out. Trying to steal on Lance Vickers. Vickers not in the lineup today. So now stepping up to the plate, the DH Maddox Meyer. Meyer batting .260, a .349 on base percentage. First pitch in there for a called strike. Meyer having 6 walks on the year, 4 hit by pitches. In his 19 hits, 4 doubles, and a home run. 7 home runs on the year for the Renegades. The 0-1 misses upstairs. We're 1-1. Nice day for baseball. Light breeze across the field. Nothing too big to cause any difference and push balls out of here. There's been wins throughout the year that have caused some home runs. The 1-1 was fouled off. It's 1-2. Looking at the standings tonight, the Bombers sit in the last place, looking to climb the ladder. Right ahead of them, the Nevada Griffins. We'll see them Wednesday for a big game on the year. If the Bombers are able to win that, they'll win the series and have the head-to-head over the Griffins. If there were to be a tie in records, the Renegades sit just ahead of the Griffins. In 5th place, there'll be a swing and a miss for a strikeout to Meyer. Lee will get the stolen base and advance to second. Positive at-bat there for the Renegades. Now with 1 out And a runner on second, the right fielder Ethan Milius steps in.
The right fielder, number 10, Ethan Milius.
The Renegades 11-15 on the year, while the Bombers sit with a 7-18 record. A 0-0 home. We'll miss to Milius. One ball, no strikes. Caldwell set from the stretch. We'll see if Lee tries to extend another stolen base to third. That pitch swung on and missed. We're 1-1. Milius batting .304 on the year, a .418 on base percentage. Has 17 hits, 4 doubles, 7 walks, and 4 hit by pitches. He scored 11 times. The RBI number 10 on second base. Swings through that one. Now we're 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Caldwell looking for strikeout number 2. The righty set. From the stretch, the 1-2 will be hit right back up the middle. It'll get down. Lee will test the arm of Roberts. That one will get cut off by Huey. An RBI single off the bat of Ethan Milius starts the scoring, and the Renegades lead 1-0. Great approach there by Milius, hitting it right back where it came from. Stayed inside that baseball, and is big with 2 strikes. He was able to deliver for the Renegades. Now stepping in, Alex DiGiacento, a .308 batting average, a .426 on base. Has himself 3 doubles, 10 walks, 6 hit by pitches. Scored 4 times. Milius able to pick up RBI number 10 on the year. A 0-0 pitch to DiGiacento misses. It's 1-0. Caldwell will look at Milius. Milius not really getting competitive lead. The 1-0 pick there by Paxton. It's 2-0. So looking at first base with Milius, he gets a little lead later. So he'll start off just a couple steps off the bag. As Caldwell gets set, he'll do a couple hops. And that will eventually lead to a jump and a stolen base. That one grounded to Rice. He'll backhand, throw to second base. Minch will throw that. Huey not able to grab it. And he'll get past him. A fielder's choice for out number 2. A great backhand play there by Connor Rice. A sliding backhand effort. He's played very good shortstop all year round. And now we'll see him be the starting shortstop for the rest of the year with Ethan Kruger not on the team anymore. Now stepping in will be A.J. Evans. He'll swing through the first pitch he sees. It's 0-1. The Bombers making a lot of big stops. First St. Joe last time around, turning 2 big double plays in their 7-6 loss back on 4th of July. A 0-1 pitch will be a ground ball hit to the right side. Minch will field it, flip it to first base, and that ends the inning. The Renegades strike first, scoring 1 in the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning and meet Jackson Fort coming on the mound for the Renegades. As you're listening to exclusive coverage of Show Me Sports Baseball on the exclusive coverage of baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. Welcome back. We enter the bottom of the first inning. The Renegades striking first. Our score 1-0. And again, we have no spots tonight. A flash drive malfunction. So it's going to be a little silence in between innings. Now Sam Russo leading this ball game off for the Sedalia Bombers as they look to match the Jefferson City Renegades, scratching 1 in the first inning. So Jackson Fork will begin tonight's contest on the mound for the Renegades. It's his 5th start on the year, a 1-1 record, a 3.92 ERA. He spits 20 and 2/3 innings. He's faced a total of 88 batters. And he'll waste no time to pound one into the zone. We're 0-1-2. Leadoff hitter Sam Russo. Russo will step into the box. The righty will go from the windup to begin the ball game. And he'll miss that one. Stay that one in there for a call and strike. We're 0-2. Few games going on tonight. We'll get to the games going around the mink here in a moment. Russo at the plate. He'll swing through that one for strike number 3. And just like that, Fork gets his first strikeout of the ball game. Been crucial for the Bombers to get a runner on to begin the inning. When you get that first base runner on, the Bombers have capitalized majority of the time. The 0-0 pitch home is taken there by Rice. It's 0-1. Rice, a .234 batting average, a .378 on base percentage. There was 94 at-bats, has 22 hits, 5 doubles, and a home run. The 0-1 pitch, off speed stays up. It's 1-1. Rice having a ball driven in the gap against the Mustangs last time around that would have possibly scored the game-tying run in the 8th inning. Still shocked how the right fielder Lucart was able to grab that one. That saved the game. The Bombers were able to get the winning run at the plate. Stay on base on third, but unable to put him across thanks to the good defense by the Mustangs. 1-2 the count. Fork will get set from the windup, the 1-2. A pause there. He'll miss upstairs. It's 2-2. A lot of local guys here on both sides of the baseball for both teams. Facing guys you faced in the spring. From the windup, the 2-2 will be swung on and missed by Rice. 2 go down with strikeouts in the first inning. The Renegades leading this series 3-0. They were able to score the first runs here. That led to victories. The Bombers actually struck first in their last meeting. But the Renegades offense capitalized on opportunities later in the game. A 0-0 pitch will miss upstairs and into Miller. Miller leading the league in multiple categories. There is 104 at-bats. He has 29 hits, 11 doubles, 5 home runs, and a league-leading 30 RBIs. The 1-0 will be driven to right field. Back going the right fielder, and he will be able to grab that one for out number 3. The Bombers go down in order 1, 2, 3. And we're headed to the top of the second inning as you're listening to exclusive coverage of Bombers baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. We enter the top of the second inning. The Renegades were able to scratch 1-2. Begin the ball game. A walk by Cam Lee allowed him to go around. A single of Ethan Milius was able to capitalize on the opportunity. 6, 7, 8 do it for the Jefferson City Renegades. The first baseman, Braden Grosclose, will lead the inning off. Now I'm joined by Ryan Rattone of the Sedalia Bombers. Does some broadcasting on the side. That first pitch in there for a ball. It's 1-0. Just missed on the edge.
That was a good pitch. Thought that was there. Sorry, a little bias there. But future teammate at the dish right now.
It is indeed, and he's done damage on both sides of the baseball. The 1-0 misses away. It's 2-0. He's been a great pitcher for the Renegades this year. Tonight we see him at the plate. He was able to get his first home run against the Nevada Griffins in their last ball game. The 2-0 home. Off-speed pitch lands down Broadway for a called strike.
It's just a pitch that in high school you don't see too often, right? 2-0 behind in the count. You're going to fastball 9 times out of 10. That time a perfect breaker. The
2-1 will be swung on and missed there by Grosclose. Had great success this year. 13 hits, 2 doubles, 1 home run. Is batting at a .232 with a .328 on base with 10 RBIs. But when he makes contact, that ball is driven into the gaps and for extra bases some of the time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The off-speed pitch will be fouled off down the line. That's a great approach there, letting that curveball travel and getting your hands to it.
Just a really good adjustment. Like I said, in high school, you don't get up 2-0 on a count and then see 3 straight off-speed, right? But that's what you're seeing right here, and he's fresh off a high school season. Granted, we're late in the season, so he's probably seen that a few times. But that's a really good adjustment. Fouled off.
Codwell will go from the windup here. The 2-2 home will be by him. Paxton will pick it up. He'll try to complete the out, and it will get offline. It will get past the first baseman. So Grosclose reaches on the errant throw there by Paxton. Will wait for the official scoring, and they will call that an error by Paxton, a wild pitch, and an error.
Yeah, well, that was probably a pass ball, not a wild pitch, because that was a fastball right down the middle. Paxton just missed it, I guess, and he hasn't caught a lot for us this season, and unforced mistakes that are going to add runners on base, right?
And those will come crucial to having success and also giving up runs and giving a deficit that's just hard to come back from. The 0-0 will be a bunt shown by Fleeg. He'll take that pitch. We're 1-0.
Well, I don't know what Fleeg's hitting on the season, but it seems like he gets a hit against us every single game, so that's definitely not an error you want to make before he comes up.
Fleeg is a very disciplined hitter, a .425 on base percentage, is hitting .193, but he's going to work that count. 20 walks on the year, 1 double. He'll lay the bunt down the line. It'll be a tough play for Miller. He'll charge, get it quickly to first base, and he'll be in time. The sacrifice successful. Moves runner to second base.
I love that there. You see a lot of guys that aren't willing to give themselves up in the summer ball. I'm obviously not one of them, but I love the bunt, move him over to second base and finding a way to help the team.
It's something you see a lot in the spring, but it kind of goes away because you're trying to focus on getting better at certain, maybe a 2-strike approach or something where you're kind of more worried on developing yourself rather than kind of winning a ball game. I mean, you still want to win at the end of the day, but you're trying to get better and work on something here.
Yeah, when you bunt, you take away at bats. But bunting is something, if you develop in the summer, you can come back in the spring and your college coach will be pretty happy.
I will say a lot of coaches love the bunt. That pitch in there for a strike, 0-2 to Jack Dunn. The shortstop was a late addition to the roster for the Renegades. Playing shortstop tonight, he's been inputted into that shortstop role.
He's really good for Columbia College this year.
From the stretch, he'll keep it close tabs on Grosclose. Now go home. That'll be a ground ball fouled off. And we've already seen from the get-go, Caldwell's going to hold runners. He's going to vary his looks. He's going to try his best to give the catcher a chance to throw out a runner. And that's what you like to see, especially as a catcher.
Well, yeah, you have to, because Paxton hasn't gotten the chance to catch too much. Coming off an arm injury, we knew we had to be really good on the base pass today.
And Grosclose will get his lead. The 0-2 is upstairs for a ball. It's 1-2.
This is also the first time I think that Caldwell's thrown out here in a while. I know he was out in Arizona rehabbing an arm injury. I think he got 1 or 2 outings. But people like to run in this league actually a little bit more than most summer leagues. So you gotta keep a close eye on him.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Dunn. He'll be upstairs. It's 2-2. Dunn only 16 at bats this year. Has himself 3 hits. Has 1 hit by pitch. Scored twice. Still looking for his first RBI, and that's just 180 feet away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Caldwell is getting ahead of a lot of hitters, just struggling to find that strikeout pitch. We'll see if he can do it here. The 2-2 home. Be a ground ball hit to the left side. Rice will forehand it, throw it across the body. A scoop there by Huey will get the out. 2 outs in the top of the second.
It's a great play all around. Rice not necessarily a primary shortstop. He does a really good job over there. You know, he's not going to wow you by going and getting a ball 40 feet in the outfield, but he's really good at anything around him, you know, and that's a really nice play. The other day we saw him try to throw that ball to third to Dalton Miller, and it didn't work out. That time he chooses to go across the infield and get the out.
A 0-0 in there for a called strike to Nolan Laughlin batting 9th in the lineup, and then they'll send it to the top with Cam Lee.
It's a really important out. You don't want to turn it over to Lee.
Yeah, Lee batting with 351. Not a guy you want up. Laughlin drives that one into the gap. Roberts and Russo will converge and get there to end the inning. A good piece of wood there by Nolan Laughlin, but unable to fall. And we head to the bottom of the second inning where the Renegades lead 1-0. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Bombers and Renegades baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. A little unconventional, no music to bump in back to. We into the bottom of the second. 4-5-6 due up the shortstop Connor Rice. Batting 5th, the center fielder Jane Roberts. And batting 6th, the second baseman Will Minch due up. And what do you want to see here from this second go-around for the Bombers?
Well, you know, we were a little timid in the first inning. I know Sam took 2 pitches to lead off the game that he probably wouldn't normally take. And Fork's a teammate of mine, a former teammate with both the Bombers and State Fair. If he gets ahead, he's really good. If he gets behind and has to challenge you and you know a fastball is coming, it can get loud, right? And so I think the approach needs to be to attack early, maybe get him a little timid and have him start throwing out of the zone early in the counts, and then you can get ahead and get in the driver's seat, right? So even if you have a few loud outs here early or take some big swings and miss, maybe it'll get Fork out of the zone on his first few pitches.
And he'll start his day from the windup in the bottom of the second inning. A 0-0 pitch curveball will land in the turf and blocked. Rice has had success, a .258 batting average, a .317 on base percentage. He has 7 doubles on the year, that being second in the team with a home run, 24 hits. And that pitch will just miss low. It's 2-0.
Yeah, if Fork's not getting that pitch, that's really favorable for us right here. But 2-0, I mean, everything's in play with him. You could see a breaking ball. But you don't want to let a fastball go by 2-0.
The 2-0 will be a fastball, and it's taken. It's 2-1. And it's something now you know so much about a guy. Maybe you know too much. You're like thinking a little too much at the play. Oh, he does this good. He does this good. And maybe it kind of throws you out of rhythm because in the Mink League, you're not facing the same arms every game. The 2-1 pitch will be a chopper hit to the shortstop. Dunn will come in. He'll get it across in time. And just like that, 4 are retired. 1 out in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, I mean, that's improvement, right? But especially that 2-0. Look, Fork dotted a 2-0 on the outside corner, but you don't know how many fastballs you're going to get. He doubled up that time. Probably won't very often. So I think our approach really does need to be trying to attack anything that you see that's a fastball. And if you swing to an off-speed in the dirt every once in a while because you thought it was a fastball, who cares?
And he'll go a quick pitch there to Jade Roberts, and he'll swing through that one. 0-1. Roberts has had success since he's got to Sedalia, batting .292 with a .446 on base percentage, has 10 ribbies, a home run, and a double to his extra base hits, 19 hits on the year, 0-1 check swing, and those are the ones you want back. I want to swing, and then you don't swing, but then it's still called a strike.
Well, Jaden for some reason drives that pitch better than anyone I've ever seen. The high above the zone curveball, for some reason he can really hit that pitch, and so he sees that up there and his eyes get big. But I think it got on him a little bit.
The 0-2 will be a little sidearm action there. It's fouled off. And we see him. He's varying his timing on the mound with nobody on. He's going to go drop low. He's also going to go his normal 3/4. So that's going to be tough to adjust as a hitter. But now you're kind of showing your cards. You're showing your ace. And we'll see how the Bombers can respond as this game moves along. From the windup. The 0-2, we see a pause there. We'll miss upstairs. And that pause has thrown him off. He hasn't been able to throw one there for a strike.
Well, the thing with Fork is he's going to work backwards, but when you start to think he's working backwards is right when he's going to work forwards and get you out, right? He'll start with a breaker, and then all of a sudden he throws a fastball.
And the 1-2 will be swung on and missed. He's able to earn another strikeout. Strikeout number 3. And 5 sat down quietly.
It wouldn't shock me if Will tries to lay down a bunt here. I'll say that quietly. I know that this is a broadcast for both teams, but wouldn't be shocked. 5 straight have been retired. And Fork's already saying something to him about it, but see if he doesn't make Fork get off the mound.
We've already seen a good bunt from the Renegades. Fleek was able to put one down. A hard play for Miller. The third baseman standing up to the task. And then Fleek will get that one, but there's no throw to first base with no one covering. That's an in-betweener between that first baseman and that second baseman. As a first baseman, you want to go get that, but you kind of have to settle back and go to first.
That's one that drives you nuts. I'm a second baseman, right? And so I always play super deep, especially on a lefty. Like with Will up, I'd be playing 10, 15 feet into the outfield, and so that's like routine, right? That's right at me, 2 steps to my left, and that's where you have to communicate with your first baseman and just say, hey, don't take any steps to your right. I'm there for it, and that was where Fleek was, but ended up being a base hit because the pitcher's not going to beat Will over to first base.
No, we won't. And that's how the Bombers get their first hit of the ball game, and back in the zone is Fork. Nathan Hubie at the plate, the first baseman.
Huey had a really nice piece of hitting before he had to come out of the game in Clarinda the other day. He had hurt himself. Yeah, that's a good approach.
That's a good ball there. Hit right to the shortstop. A very hard ground ball. And solid contact ends the inning. The Bombers are able to earn a hit, but unable to scratch one across. The Renegades lead early on 1-0. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Bombers and Renegades baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. We move our way to the top of the third inning with Gavin Caldwell back on the mound for the Sedalia Bombers. And he'll look for another 0, able to get a 0 back in the second inning, facing that bottom half of the order, 7, 8, 9. But now have to do it against 1, 2, 3, where 2 of those 3 guys were able to reach.
Yeah, well, really, it was just the leadoff walk that hurt him. After that, Cam Lee's an auto double if you put him on first base. He stole second, and then things got weird, and it was a base hit up the middle and one that most guys you're probably holding at third or maybe throwing out at home, but Cam's pretty fast, able to get around there. It wasn't very close to the plate, so I think you go retire the leadoff, which is not an easy one to retire, but you were ahead 0-2 and then threw 4 straight, so go get ahead, and Cam will, more than likely get himself out. That's what happens when you're playing in a wooden bat league with dead balls.
Yeah, the kind of phrase that pops into my mind is from Moneyball, and it's the exact opposite. I pay you to get on first, not get thrown out at second base.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't steal it all in Moneyball.
The 0-0 pitch will be in there for a called strike. So I was doing some scrolling. I had a long trip this morning, so I was able to see like some analysis report from the way they went it on, and it was like the percentage of that one will be fouled off. It's 0-2. It was like the percentage they went on of if you're able to get a runner on first, second, and third with the outs. If your point would like go up only 0.2 if you're able to get a runner on the second with nobody out, and it would drop like 0.7 if you don't get a runner on, if you don't have anybody on with one out.
Huh.
So it's just like those little things that I wasn't even knowing play a huge impact to the game. The 0-2 pitch will run inside to Lee. It's 1-2.
It reminds me of the batting averages and the counts, you know, like when you're ahead 1-2 like this, I mean, people in the MLB are probably hitting maybe 080, you know, 090, whereas in 2-0, 3-0 counts, they're probably hitting 400, 500.
I mean, it's tough now to hit in a 3-0 count because apparently there's some rules in baseball that don't allow it. So you might get some backlash if you swing at 3-0, but definitely not in the Mink League. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looking to put away the leadoff hitter, Cam Lee was able to walk and score, and it'll be another 3-2 count.
His stuff is really good. It's just not quite good enough for him to buy it right. Everyone else has kind of waved at it, and Lee has early in the count, but late in the count he's kind of been on it. So we'll see if he attacks with a pitch in the zone here, or last time tried to throw a slider on the outside corner and Lee didn't chase.
I would say you go after him. That's from me from the booth. The 3-2 will be a ground ball hit back up the middle, and he'll put one in center field. So you attack him, he still finds his way on.
Yeah, I mean, he's just really good. Right, there's no other way to put it. But you'd rather him get on base from a single rather than via walk. I don't know. There's something about that just feels a little bit better, right? At least he earned it.
So now stepping in will be Maddox Meyer. He struck out, but Lee was able to advance on second with a stolen base on that strikeout pitch. So he still basically did his job with the quality at bat. A 0-0 pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. And it doesn't go down in the book as a quality at-bat, but you can say during his at-bat, he was able to see enough pitches where Lee was able to get to second.
Yeah.
No balls, 1 strike. Another pitch from Caldwell from the stretch. A long pause there. Lee will not go. And that one blocked by Paxton. It's 1-1.
I feel like we've done a really good job of holding him at first base this season. I don't know that you could probably say that about every team or say that about everybody we've faced, but we've mixed up our timings pretty well with him at first base.
And the pickoff 1-1 is not in time is the count. With nobody gone, we're on the top of the third, still 1-0 for the Jefferson City Renegades.
Be a really good time for a ground ball right to the left of Connor Rice.
1 ball, 1 strike. We'll see Lee go. A check swing fouled off.
I think that hit him in the hand, maybe. But he went, so.
It's one of those situations with that fast of a guy on first base. You don't know if you want to swing, but we saw with St. Joe last time around, they were able to advance runners from first to home and sometimes first to third, driving the ball in the gap and with a head start, and especially Cam Lee, it's going to help the Renegades.
Yeah. I think he's one of those guys you just want to let him get to second base because we saw last time. I mean, that was a hard hit ball at the middle, and there was no play at the plate, so. 1
ball, 2 strikes. The ball swung on and missed there by Meyer. Meyer's second strikeout on the day, and that's Caldwell's second. And there's 1 gone in the top of the 3rd inning.
It's really good sequencing there, and I think he's guessing pretty hard, attack him hard, and now try to get a ground ball here. Really wouldn't be shocked if you don't see a fastball up and in. Maybe try to jam him up and even get Cam if he's stealing.
No balls, 1 strike. It's
middle.
0-1.
No, it's 1-0. He called that a ball. That was middle, though. Sorry, not to correct you. That was just right down the middle.
1 ball, no strikes. Now Lee takes off. An up and high fastball swung on and missed. And that swing may be the difference as Lee glides into second base. Second stolen base on the day with 1 away.
Yeah, a high fastball, too. Pitch you want to throw a runner out on. Like we said, Paxton's rehabbing his arm pretty hard. I don't think that he's necessarily in game shape when it comes to that.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. I mean, he's probably not having the fastest time that he's used to, but he still has a quick enough pump time where you still have to get a quality jump to get it to second base. The off-speed pitch misses away. It's 2-1.
Lance Vickers is out on a visit. Bowling Green, I think, is where he's at, maybe. Could be wrong about that, but he'll be gone today and tomorrow, so Paxton's getting some catching time.
2 balls, 1 strike. This ball swung on and missed. It's 2-2.
I don't know if that was a changeup or a fastball.
That's the first pitch that came to mind to me. It's maybe a splitter, maybe a changeup,
Yeah.
something low in the zone.
Because it's still pretty hard, but it dropped off the table.
It looks like it's going to be right there. Then you swing right over the top of it, and by the time you recognize it's a ball, you're already swinging around. The 2-2 will be an off-speed pitch, fouled off. It's full at 3-2. We're in the top of the third inning with the Bombers trailing the Jefferson City Renegades 1-0. I'm so used to having to say the Bombers first. Now I can say either side first.
Calling the game for both teams tonight. Get you working extra hard. Hopefully they're paying you double.
I guess they will. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They look to second
Good
base.
pitch.
The off-speed pitch in there for strike number 3. Back-to-back strikeouts retire Milius and Meyer, and now there's 2 gone.
It's not always where you want to leave it with 2 strikes, but he's ran it off the plate quite a few times, put it in the dirt quite a few times. So then as a hitter, you're looking to that. The moment you see spin, probably saying, no, let's lay off of it, and then you run it right over the middle of the plate, right? And really good job to freeze the hitter.
And it's one of those situations where he saw a high fastball early on. Maybe he's expecting he already swung through it once. We're going to go back at it, but he doesn't, and he gets the strikeout. 2 gone. And that'll be a ground ball hit to the shortstop, Rice. He'll field it, get it across, a little offline, and what a stretch there by Huey to get the out. As for a second, I thought I got past, but did not.
That was a great clock, but just throws a little offline. Knew he had time.
And the Renegades are able to put Cam Lee onto the base pass. A 3 go down, 2, 3, 4 in order. We head to the bottom of the third inning where the Bombers look to tie this ball game up. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Bombers baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. We are back. We enter the bottom of the third inning with Caden Paxton starting this inning off. Caden Edmondson and Sam Russo to follow 8-9-1, and they trying to get to Jackson Fork, who's been dominant through 2.
I swear this guy's got a new walk-up song every single time we come out here. I think this is his 3rd or 4th one. Gotta love it.
The windup home is in there for a call and strike. It's 0-1, and hey, don't point fingers. You changed it middle of the season, you know.
I did. No. I'm not hating at all. Not at all. I think he leads the team, though.
Is that a stat we need to keep track of? The 0-1 pitch,
Oh.
way over the head of Paxton. It's 1-1.
I noticed that in warm-ups, too. I think that's his splitter that he's trying to throw right there, and he missed it over the top of the catcher twice in between innings, and you only get 5 pitches. So if 2 of the 5 were over the catcher, that's not a good sign, and then he throws that one over top.
The 1-1 will be a high fly to the right side in foul territory, and by the reaction, it got down, and Paxton will stay alive. It's 1-2. You get a little blocked when you go down the line here.
Yeah, well, then it gets weird, too, because now that the fence is fully done, back there behind the dugout is actually in play. The back or the front of the dugout there's a line, an imaginary line that draws past it. Anything past that's out of play, but, you got all that area down there that we can't see at all, but it's in play.
Well, this goes back to really early in the year. Darius Freeman, jumped on the wall over there, and by everyone's reaction, I thought he caught it for a second, the 1-2. Swung on there by Paxton. Fork will get another strikeout, and there's 1 gone in the third.
You know, he got one on that, but I think that's something that the Bombers hitters need to put in their back pocket. You can pretty much eliminate that pitch because that's now 2 in warm-ups and then 2 throughout the lineup that he has not landed. Like, that is not where he wanted to put that pitch at all, and it wasn't going to be a strike. So just pretty much take the splitter out for now, probably sit outside fastball.
And a quick pitch there, the 0-0 home. It's 0-1. Cade Edmondson steps in. He was a later addition on the team as well, batting .227. Has not walked yet. Same on base percentage with a .227. He'll foul this one off, and he finds himself behind the count at 0-2.
And there that pitch is again, right? That was above his hands.
It's one of those where you go back to the basics of baseball. You're not used to that off-speed up zone. It's not something you're really taught.
No, well, I just don't think Fork's comfortable really throwing it right now, but he keeps trying to land it.
And he'll look to land this one. Ground ball hit to the first baseman. Grosclose will field it. Waste no time. Plant the foot on the bag, and 2 gone. Quickly looking to retire the first time through the order in order.
I know Drake's kicking himself over there, just probably a little angry right now because Fork was actually rostered with us at the beginning of the season. But he's from the Columbia area, so just made more sense for him to play with Jeff City because of some other reasons. But
hit a little transfer portal in the mink, possibly, is how you would say it.
I think he just got a better free agent offer, honestly.
Okay, free agent offer is how we'll go at it.
Yeah.
That first pitch to Russo misses. It's 1-0. Russo going down with strikes the first time around, looking to put a ball in play.
Yeah, I don't even think Sam was awake his first AB. He's back now, though. Trust. I bet if he gets an outside fastball here, he flips it for a single.
He's had some success at the plate. He'll get something on the outer edge. Do not know at the top of my head what it was, but it's fouled off. It's 1-1.
That was a fastball. I don't know if Fork still He used to throw 2 fastballs. He'd throw a 4-seam and a 2-seam. I don't know if he still does. That one looked a little bit more like a 2-seam, but
Now we're just giving the full scouting report on the righty, Jackson Fork.
yeah, it's pretty unique that I actually know what he throws, right?
The 1-1 strike will
Good pitch.
miss. It's 2-1, and you kind of see on that outer edge, he's giving it a little off, or not at all. It's been a little back and forth action on that outer edge of the plate.
Good adjustment by Sam, though. You see his back foot's completely on that white line right there, knowing what he's going to get. I don't know if that's something Drake talked about or just Sam. You know, he's been around the baseball for quite a while now, obviously. One of the older guys on the team. Probably knows how to make an adjustment. I'd say Jacob, the umpire, he'll give a ball or 2 off if it's the right height, right? But if it's a little lower, even if it's in the zone low, he's probably not going to give it.
The 3-1 home
Good spit.
will miss off, and Russo will walk. And a 2-route base runner for the Bombers. Bring up Carter Rice, and we've seen this multiple times on the year. A little 2-out rally action could definitely happen with the Bombers. This is a team where they could drive a ball in the gap, a couple good swings in a row, and that's what kind of carried some momentum. They're able to get quality at-bats back to back to back, and that's how you score in baseball.
Carter Rice is a good guy to have up if you want to get a 2-out run here. You hit a ball to the wall and see if Sam can't get on his horse and score.
1 ball, no strikes to Carter Rice. Rice has been a weapon at the plate, 5 doubles on the year, so we know he has that power. Depositing a big one against St. Joe. It's 2-0.
Ooh, he was going to call that a strike. It wasn't there, but that's his typical strike call.
So a little back and forth action.
I think you got to sit dead red heater here, right? 2-0. Probably going to get an off speed, but there it is. That pitch is just getting away from him. It's popping up. It's not very good. It's not in the zone. You can pretty much eliminate that. If you see it, it's going to be a ball.
And it's 3-0, but you do not want to face Dalton Miller, the league leading in RBIs and home runs. A big walk-off home run against the Nevada Griffins. And the 3-0 fastball down central for a called strike. We're 3-1.
Yeah, sometimes you're better off whenever you get down in the count, just going ahead and putting someone on, not giving them a cookie. This is not one of those situations.
The 3-1 home will be a off-the-hands jam shot to Grosclose. Rice loses it in the sun, but it will get caught, and that will end the inning. The Bombers able to get a walk and a base runner, but through 3 they trail the Renegades 1-0. We head to the top of the 4th inning. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Bombers baseball and Renegades baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. We head our way to the top of the fourth, looking at games around the league on July 7th. The Monday in 2025, the Carroll Merchants lead the St. Joseph Mustangs 5-2. They were actually able to win that last meeting in St. Joe, and now they lead by 3. Nevada takes on Chillicothe, looking for a win that would get them a little farther ahead of the Sedalia Bombers. They trailed the Chillicothe Mudcats 3-1, that one being in the bottom of the third. And here in Sedalia, in the top of the fourth, the Sedalia Bombers trailed the Jefferson City Renegades 1-0. Be a big spot if the Renegades are able to get a win here. The Carroll Merchants sit just ahead of them with 11-14 record. The Renegades 11-15. They win tonight. Carroll needs to continue to find ways to win. That offense has exploded here as of late. And the first pitch in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. And during the year, you'll see a little up and down cycles for the offensive sides. And right now, it's a tough team to face when you're facing the Carroll Merchants. Their offense has put some power numbers up. They're 5-1 in their last 6 games. That pitch misses upstairs. It's 2-1 to A.J. Evans. A.J. Evans, a ground out to Minch. Ended the first inning. 5-6-7 due up. The 2-1 home will be a ground ball hit to the right side. Another ground ball hit to Minch. 2 rollover ground balls for 2 outs for Evans. Begin the top of the fourth.
The first baseman, number 26, Braden Grossclose.
So now steps in Braden Grossclose with Connor Fleeg on deck. Gavin Caldwell back on the mound for the Bombers, looking for a clean fourth. They have up 1 in the first inning, but since then, it's been dominant on the mound, only giving up 1 hit. That pitch misses. It's 1-0. From the windup, the next delivery home will land in there for a strike. Grossclose was unable to reach his first time around. The 2-1 will miss the zone. It's 3-1. Big game for the Sedalia Bombers and the Renegades as the playoff race continues. No team has clinched a seed yet. St. Joe about to clinch a spot. And that pitch misses. It's 3-1. Godwill thinking that was ball 4 with a 3-1 count on the scoreboard. That was ball 3. From the windup, the 3-1 here will miss upstairs, and a pitch later, the result happens, and Grossclose will make his way down to first with the walk. So now stepping in will be Connor Fleeg, a sacrifice bunt last time around. Was able to advance a runner. They were unable to scratch or run across. Jack Dunn will. So Connor Fleeg steps in with Jack Dunn on deck. Connor Fleeg may lay down another bunt. We may see as this at bat goes on. He's very talented in that bunt department. Made a tough play for Miller last time around. The 0-1 will be an off-speed pitch that lands in there for a strike. It's 0-2. Stringing hits together. Both sides are looking for. No team yet has had back-to-back singles, let alone back-to-back base runners. The 0-2 will miss upstairs. We're 1-2. St. Joe sitting at top of the standings with a 20-4 record. Chillicothe 14-9. Clarinda 15-10. The Carroll Merchants 11-14. The Renegades 11-15. Nevada 8-16. And the Bombers 7-14. Righty set from the stretch. The 1-2 will miss in. We're 2-2. And then sometimes as the season goes on, some games get lost with rainouts that occur on rain days. So not all teams may play that max amount of games. We'll see as the season goes on. If that were to happen, they would base it on percentage if not everyone's able to reach that max. The 2-2 will be a fly ball hit to the right side. Edmondson able to get there. Fleeg able to poke the bat out to it, but unable to have it drop. 2 gone in the top of the 4th inning. So now Jack Dunn looks to find his way on and get his first RBI. A ball in the gap could score. Gross close. Gross close, only having 1 stolen base on the year. 66 stolen bases from the Renegades on the year. The 0-0 pitch home will be a fly ball, popped up and out of play. So we're 0-1 with 2 outs. In the top of the 4th, the Renegades lead 1-0. Connor Fleeg came in with 5 sacrifices, was retired last time around, but added 1 in today's ball game. He now has 6, and that pitch will miss. We're 1-1. A very cool night for baseball. Highbury still continuing. 2 hits for the Renegades, 1 for the Bombers. The 1-1 will run in and almost hit Dunn, but is able to dodge that. We're 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 home will miss away. We're 3-1. And this is the point where fatigue could start affecting Caldwell, not pitching much this summer. It's his first appearance for the Bombers, and we'll see how much longer he can go. He's had success not getting behind. The 3-1 will miss. Baxton not able to get around that for a frame. It'll be a walk. 2 walks in the 4th. Bring up Nolan Laughlin, who got a barrel to the ball last time around, but was unable to get it to fall. A deep fly out to the left fielder, Sam Russo, for out number 1. Hunters on first and second, 2 gone. Hit number 3 could lead to a 2-0 lead. From the stretch, the 0-0 pitch home will be an off-speed pitch in there for a strike, or it's 0-1. Laughlin coming into the ball game with 5 RBIs, scoring 4 times. Has 1 extra base hit, that being a double. And he will get one through, and they will wave gross close home. Russo will throw it on the line, but it will be cut off by the pitcher. A single there for Nolan Laughlin. Back-to-back base runners for the Renegades. Bring up Cam Lee. Cam Lee 1 for 1 on the day. Has scored once, that back in the 1st inning, but could earn himself some RBIs here. 9 RBIs on the season. 10 on third, 11 on second. A 0-0 pitch will run in and about hit Lee, but it gets out of the way. One ball, no strikes. Will be blocked there by Paxton to avoid any advancements. 2-0. This is a guy you do not want to attack here. You'll see Miller walk out there and respectively understand the decision. You want to go talk to a man who's been struggling as of late in the past 2 batters, getting behind batters, and that leads to success at the plate. This is a guy you don't want to give a cookie. He will make you pay for it. Had a double in their last meeting, a bases clearing double. Has 3 doubles on the year, a home run as well with 4 walks in his 37 at-bats. Batting .351 on the year. Coming into this ball game, and he's already snagged another hit. Now batting .368. Only a small sample size so far. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-out delivery will be a pop-up in the infield. Huey will run in, and he's able to catch that to end the threat. The Bombers escape danger. They still trail the Jefferson City Renegades 1-0. You're listening to the Show Me Sports Network, the home of the Jefferson City Renegades and the Sedalia Bombers. We're going to take a short break. Bottom of the 4th inning we go, with the Renegades leading 1-0. Dalton Miller will begin the inning off. 3-4-5 duo for the Sedalia Bombers. Connor Rice and Jaden Roberts look to get to Jackson Fork, who has done a good job of keeping these Bombers hitters off balance, mixing up his timings in the windup, and also mixing his pitches up, starting a lot of pitches with off-speed first, pitching backwards, and that's been successful. And now you kind of have that in your thought as you're a Bombers batter. So now you may mix it up and pitch normally. You might attack early, throwing fastballs early on in the count. We'll see how the Bombers respond with the second time through the order and the heart of the order up. Dalton Miller will step in. He began his day off with a flyout. 0 for 1 on the day. That ending the first inning, going down in order 1-2-3. Dalton Miller will step in for his second time around. We're beginning the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-0 to score. Renegades have 3 hits. Bombers have 1 hit and an error defensively. The 0-0 pitch will be a ball hit to the right side. Fleeg will get around it. He'll throw it to first base in time. And 1 pitch, 1 out to Dalton Miller.
The shortstop, number 20, Connor Rice.
Jackson Fork pitching to soft contact here early on. The Renegades having some success at the plate in this ball game, getting base runners and taking some big pitches. The biggest reason for the success is 0-1, the best pitch in baseball. Get ahead of the hitters and it will give you a great opportunity to succeed. That's what happened from Fork. He begins another batter off 0-1. This one will get out of play. Gross Close goes behind the dugout and he's able to catch it. He ran into the thing behind the backstop, chasing for the ball. It looked like at first glance he was able to catch that. I think he tripped over some stuff, also some equipment and bags are back there. He looks like he's all right. Did not catch it, so it's 0-2. So now you see the Renegades guys going back to the back of the dugout and moving their stuff closer to the wall. So what it appears now, he tripped over a bag or something and may have ran into something back there. So it's 0-2 with Connor Rice having another life. No balls, 2 strikes, a ground out his first time around to the shortstop. The 0-2 will be a pitch that is a soft fly ball. And second baseman Connor Fleeg able to get there. For out number 2. Now the center fielder, Jaden Roberts, looks to avoid being sat down in order. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning, Jaden Roberts steps in. A strikeout his first time around, coming back in the second inning. Since then, only a walk has happened. Offensively, a single happened back in the second inning. Off the bat of Will Minch. It wasn't hit hard, just hit perfectly placed. The 1-0 home, off-speed pitch misses upstairs again. It's 2-0. So we see some action down in the pen for the Sedalia Bombers. A right-hander getting loose out there. The 2-0 pitch will be a pop-up again. Fleeg will make his way back. He'll find it and get camped, and that will end the inning. We play 4. The Renegades lead 1-0. You're listening to the Show Me Sports Network, the home of Jefferson City Renegades and Sedalia Bombers baseball. The Bombers will go to the bullpen for Josh Hagel, the right-handed pitcher coming in a 1-0 deficit. Hagel looking for success here. All appearances so far being starts, first time in relief. Has a 1-2 record, 19 2/3 innings. He's given up 18 hits, 16 runs, only 11 those being earned. Has 9 walks, but 23 strikeouts on the first pitch he delivers home. Will be a ground ball to Rice, picked there by Huey, and in time for out number 1 to begin the top of the 5th. That ball coming off the bat of Maddox Meyer.
The right fielder, number 10, Ethan Millens.
So Milius will step in. A pair. Say a single in the first and a strikeout in the third. Hagel will have to pitch a couple more pitches to this batter right here and doesn't get the 1-2-3 pitch inning. Yet to see that before. The 1-0 pitch will miss low. Gets past Paxton. It's 2-0. Hagel last time around pitched in the Nevada Griffins ball game, went 4 innings, gave up 3 hits and 2 runs. Was able to earn 6 strikeouts in that 5-4 victory back on July 1st here in Sedalia. That was a 2-game series where the Bombers split with the Griffins. Next meeting being a huge meeting. Currently the series 3-2 in favor of the Bombers. If they're able to win that one, then a tiebreaker will go to the Bombers. If they're not able, there'll be a tie on the head-to-head series. And we'll see what happens. A comebacker to Hagel. He'll flip it to first base in time. And 2 gone to begin the 5th.
The third baseman, number 15, Alex DiGiacinto.
DiGiacinto steps in. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the first inning. And was unable to reach in the third. So 1-3 put out. We're outnumbered 2. A pair of ground outs to begin Hagel's day. The 0-0 pitch will miss the zone. It's 1-0. Hagel pitched back on June 18th, starting against the Jefferson City Renegades. Got the loss in that, went 1 2/3, and he will hit Alex DiGiacinto and put a 2-out runner on. But 1 2/3, giving up 4 hits, 6 runs, but only one of those being earned. Did earn a strikeout and also had 4 walks. He also began his year versus the Renegades, having 1 start, going 3 innings, giving up 5 hits, 3 earned runs. He also there earned the loss, had 5 strikeouts. The 0-0 pitch. Misses in. It's 1-0. Before that start against the Griffins, he's only pitched against 2 teams, and that was against the Renegades and the Mudcats. Runner will take off. The throw to second base will not be in time. A stolen base for DeCento, and a runner on second with 2 gone. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Alex DeCento able to glide into second base for the 3rd stolen base on the day for the Renegades. Set from the stretch, the 2-0 home will get picked there by Paxton, but unable to advance any further. Kane Paxton, the catcher for tonight's action for the Sedalia Bombers, does a little bit of vlogging in the Minkley. You can see what a day in the life is. Go to PAX Pax on YouTube, and you'll be able to find the July 4th vlog. It was a very cool experience, being the only game in a massive fireworks show for the St. Joseph Mustangs. And the Bombers were unable to win that ball game, but it was a cool experience and something I will never forget. Being up the booth on July 4th, no better way to spend it. With Mink baseball and fireworks, what's a better combination? From the stretch position, that will run in. 3 batters, 3 free passes, 2 hit by pitches, and a walk. Now Connor Fleek steps in with an RBI opportunity. Ducks on all the pond. Ducks all over the pond for Connor Fleek. Nothing in. It's not reached today. 0 for 1 effort. Looking for RBI number 9 on third base, 10 on second. Comes into the ball game with 11 hits. Hit number 12 good. Add some insurance for the Renegades. The righty set from the stretch. The 0-0 will be an off-speed pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Right-handed hitting Connor Fleeg will make his way in the box. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Set at the belt. The 0-1 home. Be an off-speed pitch grounded towards the shortstop. He'll go the easy way to second base in time. 3 runners get on with 2 outs, but a ground out finishes the deal off and keeps the game right where it's at. The Renegades lead 1-0. It's been at the bottom of the 5th inning. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Bombers baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. One hit brings us to the bottom of the 5th inning. A left-handed Will Minch able to get the lone hit. That coming back in the 2nd inning. It wasn't even a hard hit ball. A perfect placement. An in-betweener between the 1st and 2nd baseman. That throw down to second will get us going. Will Minch, Nathan Huey, Caden Paxton, 6, 7, 8. Looking to get to Jackson Fork, who's had great success. Only allowing 2 base runners, a single and a walk. Bombers, too. End the 5th inning, a hit by pitch, walk and hit by pitch. But when it happens with 2 outs, all you got to do is get a batter out, and that's how everything worked out. First pitch to begin the bottom of the 5th, misses the zone to Will Mitch. One ball, no strikes. That ball driven to the center fielder, Lee, and it will get down and get past him. Minch will hustle, And now has a chance of a triple and possibly more. He will head his way to third as he will get held up. And in between hop to the center fielder, Cam Lee gets past him. And Minch will wind up on third base. A single for Will Minch. And then the air defensively for Cam Lee. He was charging in hard, and he looked like he wanted to dive there. Hesitated for a split second. And that's the difference between an out and a single and a trip getting on third base. Now Huey only has to do is to put a ground ball in play, and it does the job. In 2 at-bats, the Bombers tie it up. It's 1-1 in the bottom of the 5th. A ground ball off the bat of Nathan Huey scores Will Minch. So situational hitting coming in clutch there for the Bombers. With nobody out, just put the ball in play on the ground. We'll get you one. And that's what they did. It's 1-0. The 1-0 home to Paxton will be taken upstairs. It's 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Rowdy will throw that one in, and it catches Paxton's elbow guard, and he will make his way down to first base.
The right fielder, number 33, Hayden Edmondson.
Now Kate Edmondson stepping in, the right fielder. A comebacker back to the mound. So Paxton will get his lead off of first base. Don't know if we'll see him go. Doesn't steal too often for the Bombers. Primary catchers played first base this year. But now with Vickers on a couple visits for college and finding where he's playing next spring, he will be in the lineup tonight behind the plate. Caden Edmondson looking to turn around at the top with 2 on. First pitch he fouls off from Fork. The 0-1 pitch will be another foul ball. This one gets out of play. It's 0-2. Caden Paxton a 1-for-1 on the stolen bases. Was able to get a stolen bag earlier this year. And from the lead we see right now, does not look like he is going anytime soon. No balls, 2 strikes. Edmondson spreads the feet out. He'll swing at this one. He'll miss it. And he'll sit down with an off-speed pitch for a strikeout. 6 strikeouts for Fork on the day. Now to the top of the order we go with Sam Russo, able to reach last time with a walk. That ball will get past Laughlin, will make its way to the backstop. Paxton makes his way to second. He'll turn, will not make it any further. The wild pitch able to get away and advance a runner for the Bombers. So they look to take their first lead of the ball game. 1 ball, no strikes. After that pitch misses the zone on deck. Carter Rice. The top 3 only reaching once, and that coming from Sam Russo. Coming into the 5th, only 2 guys have reached. That being Will Minch with a single and Sam Russo with a walk. He's able to earn a hit here. Bombers may earn their first lead. The 1-0 grounded the right side and foul. Russo with a team leading 26, second in the team with hits with 26. Dalton Miller with 29 on the year. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looking for RBI number 8 on second base. Done a good job of being disciplined at the plate. 25 walks at second on the team behind Lance Vickers, and he's tied with Dalton Miller with 25 as well. 2 balls, 1 strike. Might see a fastball here soon, and Russo can deliver. That ball will miss again. It's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to the left hitting left fielder tonight. He's played all the outfield spots for the Bombers, beginning the year in center field. Moved his way to left and he's played a little right as well. Mainly left, though. That's where we've seen him lately. The 3-1 will be a fly ball hit to the center fielder, Lee. He'll get around it and catch that one to end the 5th inning. The inning begins with a Will Minch shingle advancing around to third base on the air. That got past the center fielder. And then a routine ground ball hit to the shortstop ends any threat of avoiding a tie ball game. 1-1 our score. We head to the top of the 6th. You're listening to your home of Bombers and Renegades baseball. Josh Hagel coming out for the Renegades. Now with a tie ball game. Looking for a big 0. But he'll have to face 8-9-1 after allowing 3 straight base runners, a hit by pitch, a walk, and then the next pitch, a hit by pitch, but got out of it with a ground ball hit to the shortstop going the easy route. So now Jack Dunn 0 for 1 on the day. Did reach on a walk back in the 4th inning. And that's what I feel like this game's going to come down to. Whoever gives the most free passes will probably be the loser in the ball game, with not many hits on the board so far. 3 for the visiting Jefferson City Renegades and 2 for the Bombers. First pitch to begin the inning. Looks like he slipped a little. Misses inside. It's 1-0. Dunn playing a lot of shortstop for the Renegades, being inserted into the lineup. Playing pretty much every day. Saw a little Cam Lee at shortstop with the off day. For Dunn, he'll take another. It's 3-0. And looking for a 3-0 walk for Dunn to begin the inning. That one will be in there. Now it's 4-0. And Dunn will make his way down to first base.
The catcher, number 4, Nolan Laughlin.
In a weird zone here tonight. From my angle, that one looked like it was right there. It looked like it curved around the zone. A little late action there. Unable to land there for a strike. Pickoff attempt. That one not in time. Now stepping in will be Nolan Laughlin. 2 hard hit balls. Back in his first at bat, driving one to the left center gap. Sam Russo covering a lot of ground. And then a single in his last time around. Almost able to get an RBI. But they did not test the arm of Jaden Roberts. No balls, 1 strike. Hagel will look at the side. Paxton will get down on a knee. And the runner will slip, trying to take off at first base. Nonetheless, fouled off. It's 0-2. Very good decision there for Dunn at first base. Sometimes you'll see guys still go, and that may cost an out and get you thrown out by a couple feet. He'll make his way back to first base. It's 0-2. Looks like a predetermined pickoff with the runner at first base heading back to first pretty early. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 will be a ground ball hit to the third baseman, Miller. He'll go across in time. And that will be out number 1. those hard plays to make if you're a third baseman to decide if you're going across the diamond or to second base. Went for the for sure out at first. Now the center fielder Cam Lee snaps in. And 0-0 will be fouled off. It's 0-1. We had a walk back in the first inning, scoring the lone run for the Renegades. A single back in the third. And then with the bases loaded, pop up in foul territory towards the first baseman. Another RBI situation in the ballgame. Runner on second base, the 0-1. Off-speed pitch will miss the zone. We're even now. One's across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike. With ones in the score as well. 1 run for both sides. An error for both defenses as well. The hit total separated by 1. 3 hits for the Renegades and 2 for the Bombers. That pitch swing on a miss. It's 1-2 to leadoff hitter for the Renegades, Cam Lee. Maddox Meyer on deck. 0 for 3 on the day. Looking to get the lead they've had for 4 innings. Back. The 1-2 pitch will have no sign of the zone. It's 2-2. An off-speed pitch breaking way too early. And a pretty easy take there for Lee. We have 429 batting average coming into this one. Only having 4 walks on the year. Dunn will get a big lead from second base. Ground ball hit off the glove of Hagel. He'll waste no time, throw it to first base after picking it up on the ground. 2 gone. Lee sticking the bat out there to put the ball in play, but unable to find a way on. And now there's 2 gone for Maddox Meyer. 0 for 3 on the day, but he can change that with an RBI single here. Meyer having power as well. 5 extra base hits on the year, 4 doubles, and a home run. A 1-hopper to Rise. Delivers it in time. And what looked like an RBI situation turned in to 3 outs in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, tied at 1. You're listening to the home of the Jefferson City Renegades and the Sedalia Bombers on the Show Me Sports Network. The Bombers coming on, putting 1 in the bottom of the 6th, and look to match it and take the lead in the bottom of the 6th. Starting this inning off will be Carter Rice, Dalton Miller, and Connor Rice to follow. 2, 3, 4. Coming up for the Bombers, facing Jackson Fork for the 3rd time. Fork having great success. Only allowing 1 run in the ball game, and that's a big reason why we're tied at 1 was from the air. A ball that hit to Lee, an in-between hop. As a center fielder, you want to go get the ball, but he got caught in the middle, a little stuck in the middle action. He wanted to dive at the same time, knock it down, and it reaches all the way to the wall. Minch heads to third base. A stand-up, then a routine ground ball. Ends any threat. He'll do a pause there and throw one down Broadway for a called strike. All right, so for 2 on the day, a pair of strikeouts, but can change that to start the inning. No balls, 1 strike. Off-speed pitch grounded down the line off the glove of DiGiacento. Rice will make his way down to second base. Evans will pick this one up in the corner. He'll throw it in there. But a stand-up double for Carter Rice. Double number 6 on the year. Will start the bottom of the 6th.
The third baseman, number 24, Dalton Miller.
A big swing of the bat there to start the inning off. That one going right off the third baseman's glove. And now the RBI leading in the Mink League steps in, looking for RBI number 31 and to give the first lead for the Sedalia Bombers. Hit number 3 for the Bombers. Copy and paste the top of the bottom on the board. 1 run for both sides, 3 hits and an error defensively. Miller will take that one. 0 for 2 on the day, a 1-0 start in the count. Fork looking to keep this lead. Helped to manage way out of leadoff double. The 1-0 will end in there for a strike and evens the count at 1-1. The sun's setting, and now a cool night of baseball. Bombers, Renegades here on the Show Me Sports Network. The home for both teams. Bombers in action at home all week. The 1-0 with ball driven to right field. Back goes the right fielder, Milius. He'll get around it and catch this one. Rice will tag a deep fly out, will advance the runner. With 1 out, Rice stands on third. So good situational hitting there from Miller. Let the ball travel, put a fly ball to right field. And now an RBI opportunity for Connor Rice with 1 gone. Puts something on the ground, he's able to earn an RBI. 12 RBIs on the year. Does have 7 extra base hits, 1 ahead of his brother, Carter. That pitch misses upstairs. We're 1-0. Now we see defensively the Renegades come in. You can feel this is going to be a very low-scoring ball game. That's why you're going to cut off the run this early in the contest. That foul ball makes this count 1-1. We see some action down in the pen as a right-hander getting loose for the Renegades. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 delivery will be a pop-up in the infield. This will be in foul territory, so no advancement. But Gross-Close able to get there and get the out. And now there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th. Now a pair of pop-ups for Connor Rice. And that makes him 0 for 3 on the day. So now Jaden Roberts steps in an 0 for 2 effort. But needing a hit to get a run here. Obviously a wild pitch or error would work. And nothing pitch by Fork is swung on and missed. And he goes to that splitter, and it works to perfection. It's one of those pitches where it looks good out of the hand. It looks like it's a fastball. It's going to land right at the bottom of the zone, and it just falls right off the table, and it's hard to really take. That big block there by Laughlin evens the count at 1-1. That went all the way in the left-hander's batter's box. The quickness and agility there by Laughlin, unable to allow a run to score. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fork will throw another one in the left-hander's batter's box and makes the count 2-1. Pitching around Roberts here. On deck, the only man with 2 hits on the day to pair of singles, Will Mitch. 2-1 will be by Roberts. It's 2-2. Three different players having hits for the Renegades. 2 have hits for the Bombers. Roberts looking to take the lead. The 2-2 will be a loop shot hit to the center fielder. Now right fielder Milius will call it off. And the Renegades escape danger. A leadoff double by Carter Rice, not able to come around. And we head to the top of the 7th with 1-1 our score. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Bombers baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. Now we're set to begin the top of the 7th inning
Number 10, Ethan Billings.
with 3-4-5 due up for the Jefferson City Renegades. The two things separating these teams is the leadoff hitter. The Renegades are able to get that leadoff hitter 4 of 6 times so far. The Bombers are only 2 of 6 that last inning, getting a leadoff base runner, but was stranded on third base. Now they turn towards the Renegades offense, who's had success in their leadoff spot, and that's led to many opportunities to put runners across the plate. The big defensive stops by the Bombers keep this tied. 1 ball, no strikes from Hagel. That ball will be ripped down the line, just foul, and it's 1-1. Milius still looking to get an RBI in the contest, reaching a single. His first time around has not scored as well. Had a strikeout in the 3rd inning and a comebacker back to the mound. We're 2-1. Trying to set the rest of the order for success is the 3rd hitter in the lineup. 1 for 3 on the day. That ball blocked by Paxton. It's 3-1. Four strikeouts for the Renegades so far, and 5 from the Bombers. The 3-1 home will be a bloop shot that will sneak over Will Minch's head, but he's able to make the grab. Tracing back, got a great jump, and that's what saved a leadoff single to begin the 7th.
The third baseman, number 14, Alex DiGianto.
A very tough play there. Had to drop step hard and just sprinted back, catching it with the end of his glove for out number 1. Alex DiGianto stepping in, a hit by pitch back in the 5th. Got a fielder's choice back in the 1st. And he'll begin this at bat, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Hagel will get set on the rubber. That's 0-1, and he'll swing through that for a foul tip. It's 0-2. Hagel doing a different approach here in today's contest. He's usually, with nobody on, a wind-up type of guy. But now he's going to the stretch, trying to get comfortable with this. Find a rhythm. The 0-2. Off-speed pitch will just miss. It's 1-2. The biggest thing with doing it from the stretch always is with runners on, you don't have to change your rhythm at all. You're already kind of pitching from the same delivery. You're already having the same timing. You may have to be a little quicker to the plate with a runner on, but most of the time you're already quick. The 1-2 will miss the zone. It's 2-2. Now it looks like he has some footing issues on the mound. We see multiple ways pitchers can struggle with turf. That pitch misses low. It's 3-2. Sometimes when you don't have spikes, you slip hard, especially when it's wet. It's not wet tonight. But also molded spikes, sometimes you plant a little early, and that can cause some variance in timing. And you also don't get to seek in the dirt at all. The 3-2 will be a ball hit into the gap, and that will get down. Edmonton will let it hop a couple times. A hard turn by DiGianto. He'll back pick to first base, but Huey's able to pick that one in. Almost trouble there for the Bombers defensively with that throw a little offline. A single there for Alex DiGianto. His first hit of the ball game, and the Renegades' 4th. Now A.J. Evans steps in, still looking for his first hit in the contest, but he'd reach back in the 5th on a walk. And he'll waste no time and deposit this one in that left center gap, and a diving effort by Russo. He'll throw this one in, but an RBI saving situation. We'll have 2 outs and a runner on first base. Back-to-back games, we've seen a big play by Sam Russo. Coming back against the St. Joseph Mustangs again on July 4th, where he made a sliding grab, was able to double up Darius Freeman, who got a little too far off the bag, and then a good throw by Russo was able to gun him. DiGianto will get his lead off of first. This one fouled off. Now Braden Grosclose steps in 0 for 0 on the day. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. We'll see if he can register an at-bat here. But a big play there by Russo, avoiding any danger and keeping DiGiacinto on first base. That gets down, especially with him diving. It would have hopped over. Roberts not exactly behind him, could have found its way to the wall and scored DiGiacinto from first, but it would have most likely been a first to third movement automatically. That one will get away from Paxton. He'll make his way back and even the count at 1-1. Gross close. Having some good discipline here. Now looking for an RBI. Runner on second, 180 feet away from taking the lead. 1 ball, 1 strike. The righty set from the stretch. The 1-1 will be hit to the center fielder. Roberts will get around it, and that will end the threat. A sliding effort from the left fielder, Sam Russo, evaporates any opportunity for the Jefferson City Renegades to scratch one across. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Get stretched out here in Sedalia. We're tied at 1. You're listening to The Home, where you can find Jefferson City Renegades and Sedalia Bombers baseball. Jackson Fork will make his way into the 7th inning. The righty has sat down and put some zeros on the board. 5 zeros as we enter the 7th inning. He did give up 1 back in the 5th. A leadoff double was able to get stranded, sat down 3 in order. Couple flyouts and a pop out. So now the Bombers will turn towards Will Minch. A 2-hit night so far, and he'll begin the home half of the 7th. Will Minch, Nathan Huey, and Caden Paxton, the first pitch in the bottom of the 7th, will end up in the turf, and misses were 1-0. We did see some action earlier from the Jefferson City Renegades. The right-handed pitcher was warming up, but he did get sat down as we enter the 7th. Another pitch missing the zone. It's 2-0. And you wonder if he has a short leash from Coach D'Amelia. He does have 75 pitches in the ballgame, so he has been efficient in the zone. The 2-0 will be grounded to the shortstop. He'll field it in between the legs and rip it across, but not in time. A quick transfer there by the shortstop, done. But the speed there by Minch. And now D'Amelia will talk to the field umpire. Minch able to reach, and now they will discuss and see what they had. He may have had him pulling on the pitch, pulling on the bag, I should say. And they will discuss a quick convo. Will get us back into the action. Will Minch on first base with the infield single. And by the rate of this game, you may see a sacrifice bunt from Nathan Huey. We'll see what Coach Miller does here. Bombers trying to put a bunt down against St. Joe. Unable to. But that one will do the job. Ground ball to Flig. They'll throw it to first base in time. And there's one gone in the bottom of the 7th.
The catcher, number 13, Caden Paxton.
So that is a quality at-bat there for sure. Great situational hitting. Placed it perfectly. And that was the one that Minch got a single on. With Braden Grosclose not holding there. If he wasn't, he would have tried to probably field that, and that would have been a race between Fork and Huey. Inch won the first race when he was able to get his first hit, and the first Bombers hit on the ball game. First pitch to Paxton misses. It's 0-1. Paxton has not reached on a hit today. Did have a hit by pitch back in the 5th. Was retired via a strikeout in 3rd. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Righty will be set. And 0-1. Home will just miss the zone. It's 1-1. That pitch has been back and forth. That lower 3rd quadrant off-speed pitch is a in-between pitch that it really depends on how your catcher can frame that one to get that call. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one will get past the catcher, Laughlin, and will knock off the glove. So for a second, I thought it was catcher interference. But now D'Amelio will send his infield in with a 1-2 count. Mitch will be on 3rd base. He tested the waters back in St. Joe, going on contact when the infield was in. St. Joe's Dom Felix was up to the task. We'll see if the Renegades can match. The 1-2 from Fork will be swung on and missed there by Paxton. Fork able to get out number 2 in the 6th, a big strikeout. Now Caden Edmondson will step in. That is a very big strikeout. Ideally, that's what you want if you're a Renegades fan there. Not even test the waters. And now a single is needed to score the run. Edmondson rounding the Bombers lineup off tonight. He'll take the first fastball up in the zone. It's 1-0. 0 for 1 night so far. A comebacker of the mound to begin his night. And then striking out back in the 5th. He'll shake and go from the windup here. 1-0 from Fork. Off-speed pitch breaks off the table. But Edmondson does not go for it. It's 2-0. Now we see some action in the Renegades bullpen as a righty getting loose out there. Possibly done after this at-bat. Coming your 4th time through the order is going to be tough. They have really good reads on you. And it's 3-0. A big decision coming up if there's a walk here. Do you face Russo? Has not got a hit today, but he's came up clutch for the Bombers this year. A 3-0 home from Fork. Pitch number 85. Will miss in and a walk. And it may be a situation where D'Amelio goes and talks to Fork and see how he's feeling. For the time being, he will give him a breather and a quick second to relax with runners on the corners and 2 outs. 1 run for both sides, 4 hits and an error. So it could be a situation as well where D'Amelio tries to buy time for his righty to get loose out there. He's talking to Fork right now. Maybe he sees something from the dugout that Fork can focus on. Maybe he's not finishing down the mound. That's why he's missing stuff up. His arm's trailing. He's opening up. I mean, these things can all happen with fatigue. He's made his way to the bottom of the 7th inning. So far, he's on 6 2/3. Has given up 1 earned run. 6 big strikeouts. The last one coming in clutch for the Renegades over Caden Paxton. Does have 2 walks on the day. Has given up 4 hits. One of those being a leadoff double last inning. But he's pitched around danger, and they'll look for him to do it again. Runners on the corners for Sam Russo, looking for his first hit in the contest. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Reached back in the 3rd inning with a walk. First pitch will be a right side ground ball. Fleeg will toss it to first base, and it will not be in time. An infield single legged out there by Sam Russo, and the Bombers take a 2-1 lead. So an infield single for hit number 5 will end Jackson Fork's day. The Renegades trail 2-1, and we'll turn towards the pen. We'll come back to you in a moment and tell you who's coming in for the Jefferson City Renegades. You're listening to the home where you can find Jefferson City Renegades and Sedalia Bombers baseball. Jackson Fork's day comes to an end. The Bombers will now face just in case as we move our way to the bottom of the 7th. Bombers able to strike once. An infield single leg down by Sam Russo breaks the tie, and the Bombers get their first lead of the ball game. A big single there from Sam Russo. Now it brings up Carter Rice looking to add some more insurance for the Bombers pitching staff. Josh Hagel coming into the game. We'll see if they keep him out there. The 1-0 to Rice. On deck, Dalton Miller. We'll see if the top of the order can capitalize what the bottom order has brought to the table. Leadoff hitter already getting an RBI, and that pitch missing upstairs. It's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. 5 hits for the Sedalia Bombers. Hit number 5 coming attached with an RBI. 2 balls, no strikes. Case will get set. Now delivers home. That will miss the zone. It's 3-0. Now you don't want to walk him here and set the table for Dalton Miller. But you also don't want to give a cookie to Carter Rice because he will make you pay for it. The 3-0 will run inside. And Rice will make his way down to first, and you can see him turn around and say something to Miller. Maybe talking about what he's seeing from the right-handed pitcher that came into the ball game, walking his first guy. Communication being key. He's going to go from the windup with the bases loaded and 2 outs. 0-0 will be an off-speed pitch down central for a called strike. Waste no time to get one in there for Miller. Miller is yet to reach today 0 for 3. We can impact this game on the swing of a bat right here. Edmondson on third. Russo on second. Rice on first. Delivery home in there for a strike. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Case looking to strand the bases loaded. The righty will go from the windup. He'll look home. Laughlin gives the sign. The 0-2 will be outside on a fastball. We're 1-2. Trying to catch that outside corner. That one just off the plate. We'll get set in the 1-2 home. From the windup will be an off-speed pitch that Miller doesn't even think about swinging. We see him working on the edge with 2 strikes, not wanting to give a cookie. But now he'll have to find a way to find the zone. And the next 2 pitches it would be a free pass RBI. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Laughlin sets middle. That curveball will be fouled off to the right side, and it will be out of play, and it will stay at 2-2. I just want to tribute that the Bombers have picked up really well, fouling off tough pitches to handle and making these pitchers work. It's something they kind of struggled early on with, and especially during that streak, striking out too much. They've patched that hole. The 2-2 will be a ball hit to the left fielder. Evans running back, still going back, and the line out straight to Evans will end a threat. The righty able to avoid any more runs getting across. But the Bombers strike 1 in the bottom of the 7th and take a 2-1 lead. And they will head to the pen. I'll tell you who's coming in a moment. You're listening to the home of the Jefferson City Renegades and the Sedalia Bombers, the Show Me Sports Network. The Bombers will go to the pen. The righty Isaac Nieder steps in. And he will come with a lead, 2-1 the score. In line for the win right now will be the relief pitcher Josh Hagel, who's able to get a 4 zeros on the board for the Sedalia Bombers. Jackson Ford going 6 2/3 for the Jefferson City Renegades, giving up 2 runs just in case, able to shut the door down and avoid any more damage after giving a walk that loaded the bases. First pitch to Fleeg in there for a called strike. 7-8-9 due up for the Jefferson City Renegades as they look to strike and tie this ball game up. Jack Dunn and Nolan Laughlin to follow. Nothing in 1-2. Fleeg will be taken. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Connor Fleeg. Fleeg on the day has not reached. He gave a sacrifice bunt here early on. 0 for 2 on. Sorry for losing gas there for a split second. The hot spot went out there for a second. So we were back in action, and error happened on the play. Connor Rice threw one that got past the first baseman, Nathan Huey. That ball will be hit to the right side and get through. Dunn will settle, going first to second on that, and won't test the arms of the right fielder, Edmondson, so he will stay on second base. 2 guys able to get on back to back. Now stepping in will be the center fielder, Cam Lee. A walk and a single in today's performance. A 1 for 3 effort here. He's a guy that the Renegades need to turn towards to and get a big hit here and add some RBIs onto the table. No balls, no strikes. The righty Nieders will go home. Osby pitch there, swung on and missed by Lee, and he'll be down 0-1. 5 hits for both sides. Runners on first and second base. RBI number 10 on second. Dunn will get a lead. The 0-1 will run in. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 5-5 our score. 2 errors now defensively for the Sedalia Bombers. A ball in the gap has the possibility of scoring 2. That ball will be hit to the left side and get through. There's 1 RBI for Lee. And that RBI single will tie the ball game up. It's 2-2. The runner takes off and a well-executed hit and run for Cam Lee. Hit number 15 and RBI number 10. We're tied at 2. And now Maddox Meyer steps in. Lee was able to wind up on second base. Laughlin reached on a hit. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, single off the bat of Cam Lee. Hit number 6 on the day. And the Renegades are pushing the envelope with Maddox Meyer at the plate. And the first pitch he sees misses the zone. It's 1-0. Meyer is due 0 for 4 on the day. Has had multiple games with solid contact. With Lee's speed, a ball up the middle has a possibility of scoring. That ball misses the zone. It's 2-0. With the infield in of the Sedalia Bombers, with runners on second, they're allowed to get a little farther lead. So Lee's getting all the way to where Rice is at shortstop pre-pitch. The 2-1 will get blocked there by Paxton. It's 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes. Nieder's looking to come in clutch and leave this inning with the tie. Myers in the driver's seat, 3 balls, no strikes. On deck, Ethan Milius. The 3-0 will land on the outer half. It's called strike, 3 balls, 1 strike. Runners on second and third. Laughlin on third. Lee on second. The 3-1 home. Misses away. It's a walk. And now the bases are loaded. We'll see how Coach Drake Miller will play this defensively.
The right fielder, number 10, Ethan Mullins.
The Bombers have not completed a double play in today's ball game. And something to keep in mind. And they're able to score a run and make him around and setting up this opportunity. Isaac Nieders trying to settle in. There's a ground ball hit to the shortstop, Connor Rice. Took a couple steps. And the throw was a little low, got past Huey. And that sparked a little rally for the Renegades. Now they have the bases loaded. For Ethan Milius, the first pitch he sees upstairs, it's 1-0. Milius having a single back in the first inning. Nine RBIs on the year. That block by Paxton, swung on and missed. It's 1-1. Was able to get number 10 this ball game. Earlier in the contest, scoring Cam Lee, and now 11 on third and 12 on second. The 1-1 home will be a ball hit back to the mound. They'll go for. Paxton will touch home plate, throw to first base, not in time. Cam Lee will test the throw, and it will be in time. On throw there by Paxton, Cam Lee does not stop. Rounds the base hard, comes around to score, and the Renegades take a 4-2 lead on a comebacker back to the mound.
Baseman, number 15, Alex D. Gianto.
Heads up base running there by Cam Lee. The speed on display there. A 3-2 lead for the Renegades, and now they look to make it 4-2 with an RBI situation. Milius will head to second base, and Paxton will not throw down. 3-2 our score in Sedalia with heads up base running by Cam Lee. Never stops playing, rounds hard, slides into home, and Huey had no chance. He'll check swing there, he goes around, and Alex DiDicento down 1-2. Counting a single in the seventh, the hit by pitch in the fifth. A 1-for-3 effort. The 1-1 will miss it. 2-1. It was one of those where I did not know if Paxton touched home. He treated it like first base. And with 2 runs being on the board, for a second I thought the umpire started to rule that Paxton was not on home. But he was, so their force out was in play. And now DJ Santos makes his way to first base on the hit by pitch. So now Miller will call on the righty to get Hahn and may make his way out to the mound. And we might see a pitching change here in the 8th. So now Drake Miller will wait and make his way to the mound. They will turn towards the bullpen. Isaac Snyder's day comes to an end, and I will tell you who's coming in for the Bombers as we enter the top of the 8th with the bases loaded and 2 outs. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Bombers and Renegades baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. We are back in Sedalia. They will turn towards Maverick Gentry, the righty, coming in to close this one out for the Bombers. He's usually seen in that starting role. Tonight we'll see him in a new role, and we'll see if he can flourish in it. The bases loaded and 2 outs. The right-handed pitcher has been a crucial part to this starting rotation for the Bombers, and now we'll see how he does and then in the relief side of things. An 0-2 record, has pitched 19 2/3 innings, a 5.95 ERA with 19 strikeouts, but that ERA is a little high just because of one bad outing coming back versus the Chillicothe Mudcats, where he gave up 7 runs. Outside of that, he's been nails for the Bombers, and this one will get past. Paxton fields it. He'll flip it to the pitcher, but it will be not in time. Maddox will come home and score. 4-2 lead for the Renegades, and now runners on second and third and just a pitch. Hands up, base running there again by the Renegades. Meyer able to come around and score on the wild pitch. The 0-0 will be a single back up the middle, but an effort there by Minch ends the threat. The Renegades put 3 across, and they lead this ball game 4-2. We move our way to the bottom of the 8th, where the Bombers need 2 to keep this game alive with 6 outs remaining. You're listening to exclusive coverage, and you're home for Bombers and Renegades baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. We are back, bottom of the 8th. The Bombers went into the top half. They were up 2-1, but now the Renegades take the lead away, and they now lead 4-2. Some big base running plays by the Renegades, scoring on a wild pitch and heads up base running by Cam Lee to not stop and round hard. So now stepping in will be Connor Rice, Jane Roberts, and Will Minch to follow. Looking around the league, the Mustangs have made a comeback. They currently lead 7-6 in the top of the 9th. The Nevada Griffins trail to the Chillicothe Mudcats 11-3. That one being in the top of the 7th. The Griffins will play the Bombers this Wednesday. The Bombers in action tomorrow against the Clarinda A's. That game will not be broadcasted. That will be in Jefferson City, helping with MC22, where the Jefferson City Renegades, they take on the St. Joseph Mustangs. This ball will be popped up in the infield. The second baseman, Fleeg, making his way over, and he's able to get there 4 and out. One retired in the bottom of the 8th. Looking at another action for the rest of the week. I will be here in Sedalia when the Bombers take on the Griffins. That one will be broadcasted. And then on Thursday, I'll be back in Jefferson City, where the Jefferson City Renegades look to beat the Nevada Griffins. And then the Bombers will take on the Chillicothe Mudcats at home, a team that's been hot as of late and looking to continue their pursuit to the top of the league. That pitch will be in there for a strike. It's 1-1. St. Joe Mustangs at the top, and they look to clinch that first spot. A couple more wins, obviously a lot more baseball to be played, but they are running away with that first spot. The off-speed pitch in there for a strike. It's now 1-2 to Jaden Roberts, who's batting 5th here tonight, still looking for that first hit of the contest. It'd be a big one to start here. The Bombers now down to their last few outs. That ball will be ripped down the line. Roberts will make the turn towards second base, and he'll stand up there. Miller gives him the stay sign. A one-out double off the bat of Jaden Roberts.
The second baseman, number 17, Will.
And the Bombers are in business. Jaden Roberts able to earn double number 2. Extra base hit number 3 on the year. And now they'll turn towards the red-hot Will Minch. He's finally clicking on all cylinders at the plate. And now we'll see if he can deliver for the Bombers and get them back into this contest, trailing 4-2 to the Jefferson City Renegades. No balls, no strike. The pitch to Minch winds way out of the zone. And he'll be begin the count ahead at 1-0. Well, Minch having a 4-for-5 effort last time around the Renegades. Back on June 27th, they did lose the game, but was able to score a run and earn himself an RBI. Earning himself a hit versus the Nevada Griffins. Having an RBI versus the Nevada Griffins in game number 2. Did have a walk against the A's. Has a 2-hit game versus the Renegades. A 4-hit game. He's found great success. Another 2-hit game that happened on June 18th and their first meeting. This ball will be hit sky to the center fielder Lee, and they won't even test the arm of Cam Lee. Miller immediately holding up the break sign. So now stepping in with 2 outs, Nathan Huey. Huey, the first baseman, 0-for-3 on the day. The Bombers needing an RBI here. They currently trail 4-2 with 4 outs to play with. First pitch by Huey, swung on and missed. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The Renegades looking to win the season series. They lead the series 3-0 and look to make it 4-0. No balls, 1 strike from the right-hander. Will be swung on and missed by Huey. He's down 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Looking to escape with no problem. Looks towards second, goes home. That one misses. We're 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Just in case, looking to get a 0 here and get the red-hot Renegades bats back up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The ball hit to the right side. It will deflect off a Gross close glove. A race to first base will be a high throw. Nobody at home. Roberts will head back to third. The race to first base was won by Huey. We'll wait for the ruling on that. I think he might have beat him even if he caught it. That one deflecting off Gross close glove. And now the Jefferson City Renegades will go to the pen. I'll tell you in a moment who's coming in. A first and third situation, the tying run on first after an infield hit. We move our way towards the pen. The Renegades turn to Carter Auto. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Renegades and Bombers baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. Now Colorado will enter the game. Has faced the Bombers plenty of times. This is his 10th appearance on the year. His third appearance versus the Sedalia Bombers. And we will see a pitch runner at first base. Ryan Raton, who was on the call here earlier, will now come in the game. Cade Paxton will go to the plate. A 3.2 ERA for Otto, but has been dominant on the mound through his 15 and third innings. Has 19 strikeouts, and hitters are hitting 179 off of him, a .98 whip, and he's throwing strikes from a funky angle, and that will make it hard for the Bombers hitters. Cade Paxton will be the first to face him tonight, and the first pitch misses low. It's 1-0. The 1-0 from Otto will be a check swing to the right side. Otto will flip it to first, and the Renegades avoid danger. A one-out double from Jaden Roberts, and then a funky play. But the tying run is stranded on first. We move our ways to the ninth. 4-2 our score. You're listening to your home, where you can find Renegades and Bombers baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. A big situation evaded by Justin Case. Should say Carterado, who was able to strand runners on first and third. I was wrong. This is the fifth meeting between these two teams. The Renegades winning the first four. I missed the one that began the season off in May. When I look at the schedule, I was looking at the June and July matchups. In the month of June, the Bombers lost 3 times to the Renegades. The Renegades winning the first matchup as well, 4-0 the series, and they look to make it 5-0 and try to stand up to the Carroll Merchants. The Merchants, as of right now, losing to the St. Joseph Mustangs, and they're in fight for that 4 spot, the Renegades and the Merchants, and then for that last spot, the Griffins and the Bombers battling out. 1 ball, no strike from Gentry. It'll be spiked and picked by Paxton. It's 2-0. Braden Grosclose will begin off the inning. After him, we'll see Connor Fleek and Jack Dunn to follow. 6, 7, 8. Trying to add some more insurance. The 2-0 fouled over the dugout of the Bombers. 2 balls, 1 strike. We saw Gentry come into this ball game and has been nails. Pitching out of some danger. Even though the first pitch missed the zone, that ball hit down the line. If it's fair, it's a double. It is. Grosclose will take the round to second base. And just like that, a stand-up double from Grosclose. And the Bombers are in trouble. Braden Grosclose able to earn double number 3. And now we may see a sacrifice opportunity from Fleeg. Already has one of those today. And a 3-run cushion would be big for the Renegades. So we see Minch coming in, playing shallow depth. And we see Miller at first come in as well. Huey out of the ball game. Raton pitch run for him earlier. And we'll see a bunt off-speed pitch misses upstairs. It's 1-0. It's one of those situations, if you're a Bombers, you kind of want to throw a strike there to have him go for it and get the free out, but at the same time, don't want to give it too easy of a pitch to lay down and bunt. You still want to have the possibility of a pop-up bunt here. That will go fastball in and will get away from Paxton. That will advance the runner to third base, and now the infield coming in for the Bombers. Insurance on third base for the Jefferson City Renegades. A ground ball through will score 1, an equivalent to a 5-2 lead. The 2-0 will miss the zone. It's 3-0. So Fleeg will take a deep breath, step in, 3-0 the count. It's one of those situations also you walk them here, you might stay infield in. That runner on third being crucial to this contest. And that 3-0 pitch misses, and a walk there by Gentry. So as I was saying, prior to that double, Gentry has been a big role for this rotation of the Bombers and was able to pitch out of a big situation and only allow one up. But now the Renegades have answered the call with runners on the corners, nobody out, and I don't expect a Fleeg steal sometime soon. That pitch misses low. It's 1-0. And now Miller will make his way out. To give a breather here to Gentry, who has kind of lost rhythm in this inning. 7 hits now for the Renegades. A big double there off the bat of Braden Grosclose. Just his third double on the year, 14th hit. And possibly scoring his 6th run on the year. So maybe we see Coach Bushos has picked something up. He jogs his way over to first base with the meeting in hand. Miller will conclude it and make his way back to the dugout. So Fleeg, a guy who's not afraid to steal, has attempted 7 times this year, has been thrown out twice. But Paxton has not thrown out a runner here tonight, and the Renegades have pursued on the base pass multiple times, putting pressure on Paxton. He's not came up to the task yet, but it'd be a big year if he is. 4-2 our score, top of the ninth. The 1-0 pitch off speed in there for a strike. The middle playing for that double play. It's more of a halfway, so if a ball hit right at you, may look to Grosclose to get that runner out of home if he goes on contact. Fleeg will take off a fake throw there by Paxton, and now the Bombers are playing in. Runners on second and third for Jack Dunn. The recently added shortstop trying to come up for the Renegades. The 2-1 is taken. It's now 3-1. Seven hits for both sides. 4-2 our score. A big error earlier by Rice. That ball will be blocked by Paxton. A walk there by Dunn. We'll bring up Nolan Laughlin.
The catcher, number 4, Nolan Laughlin.
Laughlin has been tough at the plate for the Bombers to face. 2 for 4 on the day. And his deep fly out to begin his day back in the second inning would be perfect here for the Renegades. And he will start ahead 1-0 in the count.
Hey, win the pitch. Win the pitch. Let's go.
Trying to find the zone here. Maverick Gentry will go from the windup. The 1-0 will get away from the catcher, Paxton. Grosclose will have a great read on it, and that will get away. And 5-2 our score here in Sedalia. Runners on second and third now after that wild pitch. From the windup, the 2-0 home will miss as well, and now we're 3-0. Laughlin looking for a little uncompetitive walk here. No pitch really has been close, and that pitch will miss as well. Laughlin will make his way down. Now Cam Lee will step in, and now we'll see Paxton make his way out to the mound.
The center fielder, number 3, Cam Lee.
Cam Lee 2 for 4 on the day. That could come up huge here for the Renegades. So they look to pad some more insurance on. Top of the ninth, 5-2 our score. Gentry still trying to find a rhythm. Coming out of the pen is a lot different than starting. He may still be getting used to that. Coming out of high school, he was a starting pitcher at Polo. A guy they turned to, he was their number one. And now the Bombers trying to limit. Infield in, the 0-0 home. He finds the groove there. Fastball down Broadway for a strike to Lee. Lee had to walk back in the first inning and was later able to score. The 0-0 will be fouled off. It's 0-2. No balls. 2 strikes. Gentry looking to avoid any more danger. He's giving up 1 earned run. The 0-2 will be an off-speed pitch on the outer edge of the plate. Roberts will run in. We'll see a tag by Fleeg. The throw will be offline, and that will score a run. A sacrifice fly off the bat of Cam Lee, and the Renegades add 1 more. 6-2 our score here in Sedalia. So you get the fly ball to get it out. And now Maddox Meyer steps in. Meyer getting in walk back in the 8th inning, later scoring. Scoring on a wild pitch. Ends up base running there. The righty will look towards second, now go home. That one will be fouled off. It's 0-1. Whenever Paxton told Gentry it looks like it worked. He's been able to find the zone and got a big fly out. He'll do a long pause here. Double take towards second. The 0-1. Off-speed pitch swung on and missed. We're 0-2. Meyer 0 for 4 on the day. 2 strikeouts. On deck, Ethan Milius has an RBI single. The 0-2 will be a ground ball hit to the second baseman. Raton will flip. Rice to first. Will be in time. A 4-6-3 double play ends the ninth. The Renegades strike twice. They lead this ball game 6-2. We're ready to the bottom of the ninth. The Bombers need 4 to tie and keep this game alive and 5 to win it all. We'll come back here in a moment. You're listening to the home of the Jefferson City Renegades and Sedalia Bombers, the Show Me Sports Network. We are set. Bottom of the ninth we go. The Renegades look to win game number 5 of the series and find a way to snag that 4th spot, while the Bombers look to make a comeback. They already have 1 walk-off on the year. That came thanks to a Dalton Miller 3-run shot coming against the Nevada Griffins. Griffins are currently losing. Same with the Carroll Merchants, so both these teams looking to gain ground and climb the standings. Otto will start this inning off with a ball, 1-0 the count. We'll see a pitch hitter here for Kane Edmondson. Chris Miller steps in. After him, Sam Russo and Carter Rice. And it could be set up where you have your best hitter coming with the bases loaded, an opportunity to tie this ball game up. But the Bombers will have to face a staple for the Jefferson City Renegades. The Sidearmer Otto has been in a lot of relief roles, come in close games, and had success. A lot of soft contact. The 3-0 will land in there for a strike. It's now 3-1. Chris Miller steps back into the box. 3 balls, 1 strike. He'll swing through that one. It's now 3-2. Chris Miller batting 103, a 257 on-base percentage. He's got a couple big knocks here for the Bombers, and he'll take a walk. Any way you can get on for the Bombers. And now Sam Russo steps in. With 1-2-3 to follow, a lot of damage could happen. Miller with his lead on at first base. Otto will go down, and that'll be a ball hit to the right side. Milius will make his way over there to the corner, and he'll catch that one. 1 pitch retires Russo. With 1 away, now stepping in the designated hitter, Carter Rice. Rice had himself a double back in the 6th inning. Currently 1 for 3. Miller will get his lead off of first base. He'll take off to second base. Laughlin will have a quick transfer, that one not being in time. It's one of those situations where now Miller's going to stay put. You don't want to make that out. Trying to steal third base, you still have to score a few more, but at least for now it takes that double play out of play. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Carter Rice will dig into the box. And 0-1 will run in and hit Rice. He'll make his way down to first for just a single pitch. That double play is not into effect. So now Dalton Miller will step in. And if you're a Renegades, how do you deal with Dalton Miller? He has not burned you once. There you go after him. And now we'll see Josiah Imhoff make his way out to the mound and give a second for a reliever to get loose out there. So a big spot here for Dalton Miller, trying to keep this game alive. The Merchants are currently falling to the St. Joseph Mustangs. The Nevada Griffins are currently losing as well. Both these teams looking to gain ground in the standings. And now we'll see who can come out on top. A big spot for Carter Otto. That tying run still on the on-deck circle, but a big momentum shifter could be in play here if you're able to retire the best hitter for the Bombers. Merchants did fall to the St. Joseph Mustangs. The win here for the Renegades would put them ahead of the Carroll Merchants. Currently, the Chillicothe Mudcats are up 11-3. Over the Nevada Griffins. Those are the 3 games. Otto will be set on the stretch. He'll go down below, and he'll miss. 1-0 the count to Dalton Miller. Miller 0 for 4 on the day. That was the exact same situation. 0 for 3 on the day, but he was 0 for when he hit that home run to walk it off. The 1-0 on the edge, and they'll give it to him. It's 1-1. Otto's gone 2/3, coming in to close that last inning. Now D'Amelia will turn towards him too. hit the 3 outs in the 9th with some action in the pen. The 1-1 misses away. We're now 2-1. 2 balls. 1 strike. Otto's set. He'll go down below. It's fouled off. Now it's 2-2. Righty will get set. He'll get the signs from Laughlin. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch home. Will be in there for strike number 3. Otto gets a big strikeout and retires Miller. 2 gone in the 9th.
Shortstop, number 20, Connor Rice.
So now Connor Rice steps in with 2 outs on the board, and that tying run still on the on-deck circle. Jane Roberts represents that tying run with 2 gone. They'll need to put him around to tie the game up. That pitch misses away. It's now 1-0. Needing a couple big hits here. And the Renegades just 1 out away from securing another victory over the Bombers. The 1-0 swung on and missed there by Rice. It's now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. The righty will get set. The delivery home, swung on and missed. Same pitch on repeat, and he's able to get the swing and a miss there back-to-back times. Just 1 strike away from securing the victory. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He'll look towards second base, now go home, and that one will be swung on and missed. The Jefferson City Renegades travel to Sedalia and win game number 5 by a score of 6-2. Post-game show coming up. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Renegades and Bombers baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. A little quick post-game show. I almost forgot I'm riding with the Renegades home. So here's the action for the future. The Bombers are going to be in action tomorrow. They take on the Renegades. That game will not be broadcasted on the Show Me Sports Network. I will be in Jefferson City on Nevada. They'll face Nevada on Wednesday. That game will be broadcasted on Thursday. That game will not be broadcasted here in Chillicothe. And then on Friday, I will travel with the team to Clarinda. And for the Jefferson City Renegades, they'll have all those broadcasted covered. On July 8th, they will face the St. Joseph Mustangs tomorrow, the number 1 seeded. On July 9th, they will face the Chillicothe Mudcats. On Thursday, they'll face the Nevada Griffins, have Friday off, and be in action on Saturday. The Renegades come out victor 6-2. They scored the first run, and Ethan Milia single scored Cam Lee. After that, the Bombers were able to strike twice. Once in the bottom of the 5th, Nathan Huey grounded out to the shortstop. Will Minch scored. And then the bottom of the 7th inning, Sam Russo singled to the second baseman. The infield hit, scored Minch. And then it was all Renegades from there. A Cam Lee double allowed Laughlin to advance to third, and Dunn scored. Milius reached on the fielder's choice. That scored Cam Lee. Laughlin rushed around. Lee rushed around, was able to slide in safely. DiGiacinto was able to score on the wild pitch, with Meyer scoring as well. Dunn advanced to second base on the wild pitch. Grulukos was able to score. And then Cam Lee flying out on the sacrifice fly. That ended the scoring in the ballgame, and the Renegades win 6-2. The Bombers were close to getting that tying run to the plate. In the 9th, they had them on the on-deck circle, but were unable to capitalize. Stay tuned for much more action of Bombers and Renegades to come. We're in July where the baseball gets even more important. Have a great rest of your night. The Bombers lose to the Renegades 6-2, and we'll be in action tomorrow. Both teams will. Have a great rest of your night. This was exclusive coverage of Renegades and Bombers baseball on the Show Me Sports Network.